Welcome back, friends, and gather round for episode number 30 of Simply Walking into Mordor. As always, guys, this is Nauglir here, and a special welcome to you if this is your first time watching it with us. Well, guys, we are here, level 30, which is a bit of a coincidence, on episode 30. We're here at the Glassblowers camp, and if you do remember, just at the end of the last episode, we did hit level 30, and there are a couple of things that we have to do to, kind of get accustomed to level 30. There's a couple of things that we have that unlocked at level 30. So the first thing is our box, Gift for a Master. This requires level 30, and we'll open it up and see what we get. And we got a bunch of useless stuff. Yeah, these potions, some people like them. They're pretty much just VIP, or not VIP, premium power potions and morale potions, and they don't stack with your normal ones, and they might be a little bit better, but they're not worth keeping around. Never going to use them. Then also in that box, we got another box for level 40. So when we hit that level, we will get that box open. We also have here a plus 25% mark acquisition tome. I never use these. Not very useful, in my opinion, so just destroy that as well. We've also got here a master-crafted leather equipment, might-based medium armor. We are a heavy armor class, but it seems like this box kind of set has been best for us as we've been going through. Looking like there's some good things here. Yeah, they might be the best. That's vitality, though. I think I saw the might on the jacket, and it was higher armor than our current piece. So let's grab that, and we'll chuck that on, get us a nice boost to our might. Okay, if you also notice, I've got some legendary items in here. If you don't know what legendary items are, don't worry too much about them. I just found them on one of my other characters, and so have them there. We also have, if I can find the shortcut for the mail, which is Control M. We have a letter from Ogre, the champion trainer in Bree. He says he has another matter of importance. Battle burns in your blood, and I will wager. Take this letter I have left for you and come to see me. So we'll detach that, and he has another matter of importance to go and talk to him about. And we're actually going to do that before we continue our questing around here. That means we have to get back to Bree somehow. How are we going to do that? Well, we have a swift travel, hopefully from Tinadir, that will get us to Bree. Yeah, this won't get us to Bree here, but if we return to Tinadir, which is the main hub of Evendim, we will probably have a swift travel from there, I'm hoping, to get back to Breeland, to Bree Town. And from there, we can talk to our trainer, and he will give us our next class quest.
Greetings.
We have hit level 30, and so, there we go, West Bree travel. We've hit level 30, and that means that we are getting our next class quest, which will give us a point towards one of our trait points. It'll be one of the 3 things required in a Class D tier. I think it's tier 5. This will open up, getting us closer and closer to those class trait points, which is very good. Alright, getting into Breeland here. We'll be riding south from the West Gate to the jail, which is where Ogre is. Ogre the Dwarf. Breeland always lively as ever. Chuck our names on. Looks like we've got some bands forming on the top of the stables there. Yeah, Breeland, always a lively place. Full of people. 4 levels. 94. There you go. Now, I did get a question in one of the comments on episode 25. I'm sorry that I haven't answered it earlier. It is a comment from Jason, if I'm remembering right. That is about all my plugins that I've got running. He was asking about what's the different UI that I've got set up. And so, Jason, yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't answer your question earlier. I record all these episodes a week at a time, so I'm recording them all on a Wednesday and then putting them up one day at a time. And so, yes, that is the reason why I haven't got to answering your question yet. But I have 5 plugins installed, and I will tell you about them. I've gone past the I was too distracted. I will tell you about them as we go through this episode. There's 5 different ones that I've got installed. Some that will be more obvious than others, obviously. But here we are at the jail. We'll get back to that question in a second. Ogre is just behind here in the kind of... what would you call this? Where they sleep. I'm forgetting the word. Oh well.
Well met, friend.
Hello, Ogre.
I
All right.
would be grateful for your assistance.
He's offering a not that good weapon. I was hoping for better. We'll see what we can do. Words of your deeds have traveled far. Okay, so we are going to Ostgaruth. Talk to Slade Ransford and Ostgaruth in the Lowlands. We can get there fairly easily. There's a swift travel from the south gate of Bree, and so we can ride there with not too much trouble, luckily, even though we have taken our milestone away from that place. But yeah, back to plugins. So the different plugins that I have installed, there are 5, as I said. There's Titan Bar, which is the one you see up here. There's Combat Analysis, which is obvious down here. And there's 3 more that are a bit less obvious. We have Alt Inventory, which is this button down here, opens up Alt Inventory. I'll explain what they do later. We have More Map, which is this button down here. And we also have Virtue View, which is... I've used that wrong, which is this window here. And I'll explain all of these as we go through this episode.
How can I be of service?
But before we do that, let's get a horse to Ostgaruth, 16 silver, not do much at all. Alright, the first thing I will explain to do with plugins, I think, is where you get them from. You can just search online. I think it's called LotRO Interface, I think is the website that you download most of them from. And there's also the LotRO plugin compendium. That's like a out of window. It doesn't run inside LotRO, it runs just on your desktop. And that will be a list that is updated automatically from the interface website that has all of the plugins listed there under categories and different things, and will install them for you just by yourself. Let's find Slade Ransford. That's the plugin compendium.
How can I be of service?
Welcome, Nauglir. I've heard of your victories in Breeland. Rejoice in particular that you slew Morley the Fierce. Okay, that's great. What are we doing? We're going to travel with him to Ostcern. We're going to drive out some orcs with him. Let's go.
Mosul Rook, leader of the orcs of Ostcairn, gathers his strength to crush the Egline of the Lone Lands and press eastward to Breeland. Slade Ransford, a champion of the common good, stands ready with his allies to turn back the orcish warband. Yes,
so we're going to defeat Mosul Rook
do for you?
and his orcs in this camp. These orcs do not look very strong. Wonder if we can grab a bunch up. That's what we're made for. Oh, we are in our single target mode, so let's quickly dispatch these orcs. Oh, we've completed Orc Slayer. There you go. And let's switch over to AoE to get into this combat. Alright, here we go. Oh, we're getting a bit of lag. This is not good. What's happening? We're on. Okay, we're back in. Let's bring these guys down. New deed, Raging Storm. Yeah, we've hit level 30, so we're going to get some more class deeds. And one of those seems to be to do with Raging Blade. That's A-okay. We will use Raging Blade. Critical hits with Blade Storm, Remorseless, Strike, or Raging Blade. Only 50 required, so we can do that. Mosul Rook's Enforcer. There we go, there's a crit for that deed already. This is going to be easy as pie. That last deed. Alright, where are we headed? Slade. Must be further inside, let's rest. I'm not for resting, let's keep going. Look, it's him. Where are you? You're looking... Oh, there, okay, we're going across. We can jump this, you know. Oh, what a beast! just made that jump without even going up in the air. Alright, let's deal with these Tucker fighters. So yes, if you're wondering where to get plugins, guys, it is the plugin compendium from the LotRO interface, and that'll let you download and install them very easily. As soon as we beat these orcs, I'll get into explaining the plugins in particular that I'm using. Alright, we've finished. Let's speak to Slade Ransford. Finish now. And travel now. Now I think we have a bit of a choice here, and that is which weapon to get. As you know, I prefer two-handed weapons, though this two-handed weapon, is it better? That is the question. Let's quickly see what percentage increase we have from our sword being equipped. We've got percentage increase 27.2%, and if we take it off, we have 22.7%, so 5% difference in damage. And I think 3 DPS, that is going to be more than 5% extra DPS. So I think we will, and we'll get some extra might from that as well, so it won't be as offset. And we get some vitality for some extra health. I think we are going to change this out, guys. We're going to use Ofnam, the hammer, and then I don't think we have our sword damage bonus yet, so it doesn't matter that much with the fact that it's a hammer. So let's equip that. I've got our new weapon of war. Look at that. That looks deadly. And as I said, yeah, we have our new class deed tier opened. Tier 5, we completed the quest, A Champion's Courage. Alright, that was a nice little detour. Let's, without further ado, return to Galore Sward, and we will continue our quests for the glass blowers at Dwelling. Those little hobbits there. Alright, on to actually answering your question, Jason. I promise we will do this kind of in the background, these quests in the background. I'll answer your question as the main focus today. We're just going to go south towards the Goblin camp and get what we need from there. So that's where we're going. We're heading up to the Goblin camp. Alright, your question. The first thing I'll go through is Titan Bar. Titan Bar is this one up here. You can change its opacity and its look and all that. I like having it clear so it's just visible on my screen, but nothing opaque behind it. And we got our deed Hobbit as well. We're just bringing down these woodweb hunters because we have a quest to kill spiders. Now Titan Bar, it displays just a bunch of useful information about your character, things that your character is holding, different currencies, that sort of thing. Just so that you don't have to open up a bunch of the menus that you would otherwise have to. So for instance, we've got our current gold for our character up here. See, we have 6 gold and 90 silver displayed there. If you wanted to see that otherwise, you'd have to open up your... Where would you have to open the barter wallet, pressing B to see how much silver you have, or go to a shop and you'd be reminded there. And so that's useful to have up there. We also have marks and medallions. That'll be more useful as we do more instances, and also seals, not as useful. We have mithril coins, that's the premium currency. You get free sometimes for doing things. With what region we're in, what time of day it is, that's kind of useful if you want to organize something to be in the day or night time during the cycle. We have the server time and the real time. They're useful to keep track of blocks and things like that, and also just have a clock that you don't have to click on or hover over this to see what time it is. That's just information that I like having on the screen without having to open up a menu, that kind of thing. You also can track reputation, which is one of the great benefits of this plugin. And so we can track every reputation faction, see what level we are, how we're going with those reputations. Here we're collecting river stones for these goblins, so we'll slay some goblins in this camp here. We'll get some river stones from them. So yeah, tracking the reputation is a great benefit of Titan Bar. And also you can see how full our backpack is. That symbol of the backpack is going to get more red as it gets fuller. And so it kind of gives us a visual display of how full our backpack is, when we need to clean it out, that sort of thing. So that's quite useful as well. being attacked by multiple goblins here. Alright. Keep bringing them down. Our new hammer is doing more damage than our old sword, which is a good thing to know. And we'll just use this slash to heal ourselves with bracing attack. We'll also use fight on. Oh, we got a deed for no surrender. I'm guessing that is to do with fight on. Check out there. Clobbered, we got one to use clobber. 500 times, no surrender. 450 times for fight on. That will happen. It's going to take a bit longer though. There are some other things that Titan Bar can track. You can track all sorts of things on here. You can track your player info, your level, name. It has all your stats there if you want to see. I don't heaps use this, although it looks like it's been updated since I last considered it, so we might actually use that because seeing those stats on there is quite handy. Oh, this deer is one that likes to fight. Some deers in LotRO are just normal, just unkillable, or unkillable if you're an elf, just harmless creatures. This one is ready and roaring. There we go. Alright, we need one more Riverstone. Just going to check if we need anything else from here. Don't think so. So this goblin should give us our last Riverstone that we need. Alright. So yeah, we'll keep that on there. That's giving us all our stats. Again, another thing you don't have to open the menu for. The main aim with Titan Bar is to show you some key information without making you open the menu to go get to it. Just so it's there all the time. Completely customize it. You can completely choose what's on there, what it all looks like, the place of everything, and then what's even greater is you can assign all this to a profile. So down here we can see profiles. I've got one saved current. You can create whatever you've got currently set up in the profile, and that way across characters you can load that profile, or you can have multiple profiles saved in different situations, load whenever you'd like. So I really like Titan Bar. It's probably my favorite plugin. This gold also keeps track of all of your character's gold. It gives you a total down there. So yeah, you can really see what you've been doing. It shows you how much you've earned in this session, how much you've spent in this session, there, and then your total for this session, positive, negative. So it's really helpful in terms of giving you information useful about your character, about the game, without having to go. You have to remember all those shortcuts or go through other menus to get through it. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain to see, especially that reputation. That's one of the parts. Yeah, hopefully that playing this across the screen that would normally have open the game vanilla. And what else do we have? We've got combat analysis, and you can look at the combat analysis in use at the moment. Combat analysis, I like having there for certain situations. I like having it on there all the time. You can minimize it, but I don't like having it there. Having it on my screen, so it doesn't bother me that. It might bother some people having it there, but it is some useful information, again, about the character that you wouldn't usually be able to see if you didn't have plugin installed. So what does combat analysis do? Well, it does a couple of different things. It tracks basically your combat and all of the damage that's being done to you, taken by you, done to you, you're doing to enemies, which enemies, and also it tracks healing and power restoration. And that's all done in these tabs. So we can see as we start a new encounter, it says current encounter, and we see totals, so we're just going the whole fight, we have multiple. And then, so yeah, we can see what we've done to each of these enemies. Brought a second enemy in. So, let's interrupt this with our new skill. Oh, he's evaded our interrupt. Well, awesome power. Fighting too hard. Alright. Yes, we can see Nauglir, that's us obviously, did 85.1 DPS during that encounter. It's a helpful combat passing system that lets you kind of realize where you're at in terms of DPS, and also lets you test out things accurately to find out if you actually are doing more DPS doing one thing rather than another, whether that's a different item, an equipment set, different traits or different, different skill rotations. You can just test these out, training dummy or enemy of your desired strength, and from that, just easily test whether things are better or worse. So I really like how it has other options down here, other stats down here, talking about how often you critical hit, how often you do all of these other things, how often you miss, how often your attacks get absorbed, that sort of thing. So it's really useful for determining how well you kind of, good to keep track of how you're going in terms of job that is. Your tank could be see how much damage you took in a fight, see how you got critical hit again, all these things. So yeah, there's a lot of useful information to be seen on this. Alright, now it looks like we found a waterlogged crate, which is going to give us a bottle of ale. This is from the current, I think it's from the current festival that's happening. Yeah, this is from Tale of the Mordor or something. I haven't gotten too involved in it. But they are around there. I might look into it later episode. Hats on the door. Go on these quests. Alright, we're 20 minutes in and I've only explained two of our virtues. Sorry, Jake. Keep getting distracted. Let's power on through these virtues. These are the two that are going to mainly affect the UI of the screen. So the user interface is going to be side bar, combat, and as I showed there, you can make that go away. Button. You can also make time bar go away, whether you'd like to go away in combat all the time, and then here when you put your mouse up top of the screen. Lots of options. I just like having it at all times to see that information whenever I want. Alright, using our clobber skill there to keep up the stuff. Okay. Where are we? Salamanders. Good thing. Salamanders. Teeth. I think. Okay. Alright. The next plugin called is Alt Inventory. I could not go without Alt Inventory at this point. Alt Inventory basically tracks across all of the characters on a particular server in your account. Just tracks all of their items in their vaults and adds them all up for you. So while we're just restoring some health and power, let's have a look at this Alt Inventory. So what we can see here is this is every item that is on my account on this server at the moment. Literally every item, and it's got pictures as well. This is really helpful if you're looking for a particular crafting ingredient. You can search for this. So let's go for log. This should give us all of our different wood we've got account. And if you hover over it, it shows you where it is. So in Barongar, that's one of my characters. In his vault, there's 8 rowan wood. That seems odd. I don't know why he has 8 rowan wood in his vault. That's a mistake. It could be on my woodwork, which should have all the wood. But yeah, you can see where it is in their inventory of vault. And then you can also specifically search a different character's vault or inventory based on we searched for log. Yeah, you can see what's in different character inventories. We can see what's in our inventory, in the vault, sorry, if we want to, from anywhere. It's just really helpful. You can see what's in shared storage from anywhere. And it just lets you search all your items, find out where they are, so you don't have to go through all of your characters and find where that one item is really. This is really helpful in terms of locating items. I use it all the time. Searching for ingredients like that, or if I need a specific item to do with legendary weapons, then I'll go which of my characters has it stored away in their vault for untold years. I've forgotten about where it is, just so I don't accidentally spend some extra gold or spend some currency just to get something I've already got, or wasting time going out searching for ingredients that I just have sitting in the vault. So that's the purpose of Alt Inventory. Plug there. What else have we got? We've got more map. This is one I don't use as often, but it is quite helpful. More map, I'll show you combat. Basically brings up a map that you can annotate and comes with the annotation itself. So it's not the same as the map that is inbuilt into the game. It contains the same image, but shows you more annotated versions of the annotation. Here we are. More map. This basically shows where helpful enemies are that you're looking for. So if you wanted to know, if you remember a couple of episodes back, we were looking for these ruin web spiders, and it's got right here where they all are, so you can find them easily. That's got in particular, NPCs that you might want to find, all sorts of different things. And then you can also select this overlay. This is the one that comes with it, called Berry's Deed Data, and it shows you where the best place to find enemies that you're farming for different deeds. It shows you all of the different flora locations. You want to go find flora places in the Lone Lands, or any map for that matter. You can decide which map you'd like. So we can go to Angmar. Show us Angmar here. We can go Bree, anywhere really. And there are just plenty of maps here that you can annotate yourself. You can add an annotation here, decide what it is going to be, save it. We haven't put anything in. We can call this random and save that there. We need a description, random, and we can just put that down and see that our point of interest has been put down here. We can edit that and delete it, and that basically lets you mark down where things are, put yourself towards that location, or remember where something is. That's really helpful in certain situations. I don't use it that often, but I do like having it. Alright, as we are going through here, getting more and more things with fast blowers, which finish up with our last plugin. As we build enemies that try to destroy. We've got a lot more things to collect in these quests first, like next episode we'll do this quest bubble, fighting more salamanders, all these things. So, alright, now the last plugin that I've got installed is called Virtue View, and we can access that by typing /VV show, and this brings us up our Virtue Deeds. Now, as you saw on More Map, you saw that it did have some help for Slayer Deeds, but this one is much more helpful in terms of that. We can say that we would like to farm Fidelity, for example. You can go any zone, any region, and click on Fidelity of any type, and it brings up all of the different deeds that will give us Fidelity. Now, we can say that we've completed one of these, and it won't show up, but regardless, this will give us all the information up to level 100, not 5, of all the deeds that give a specific virtue. This is really handy, even though it doesn't have all of the levels in the game. In it hasn't been updated as recently. It's still really helpful because the deeds that existed before 105 and 115 still exist. So those virtues can still be gathered. And if you're looking for an easy point of Fidelity or an easy point of whatever virtue view can really help out finding where you might do that, what deed you might want to do. So I always use it when I'm farming virtue points, look about and see where I'm going to be getting that point from, and then I'll go and farm the deed. Pretty simple. So yeah, those are the virtues plugins that I'm using. I hope that's been informative for you, Jason, and anyone else watching. I hope you're inspired to use plugins. They're very useful. Not the UI in LotRO is lacking in any way, just some extra things to help out your experience playing Lord of the Rings. And anything that makes the experience better, I think is worth installing. A word of warning just before we end the episode, though, is that plugins will affect your performance in some way. The combat analysis does take some power to run. That's one of the more ones. have quite a heavy machine, so not affecting mine at all. But on some people's systems, it does change their game to a point where it works not affecting them. That's just a word of warning. Test out plugins after you install them, see if they affect your performance. And if they don't, then yeah, get into them because they're really. But guys, as we're here in the beaches of Barrendale, desert, whatever you call this, we are going to end out today's episode. We're going to be slaying more of these creatures next episode, collecting all the items that Glassblowers wanted us to collect, and getting closer and closer to level 1. But as always, guys, that is going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like down to the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions like Jason did about plugins, or comments or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I read them all, I'll reply to them, and I'll definitely get around to answering questions. But yeah, do remember that I record these once a week, so if I take a while to get around to your question, that is one. But if you want to reply to your question in the comment section, by the way, check those every day. So if you want to send me questions, there's a great place to do it. So yeah, guys, that's going to be all for today. It's been a pleasure playing with you. And just as soon as this sand Nauglir dies, that'll be all for the episode. Tomorrow we will be slaying more of these creatures. But until then, guys, that is going to be all. So this is Nauglir here. It's been a pleasure playing with you, and I'll see you tomorrow.